we are here for the final round of the season. Season 15 is all coming to a close. We are about to see these drivers go wheel to battle for the title. It is looking very tight up at the top there. First things first, though, if you are in need of some sim racing gear, do check out Aztec Sim Sports, and you can use a code Phoenix Sim Sport for 5% discount at the checkout. Let's take a look then at the standings. This is the way it looks after round 9. Burgie in the lead, 6-5-8, but right behind him, Marcel Miku on 6-4-4, Ivan Melendez on 5-4-8, Grabowski on 3-2-2, Jack Smith on 2-76, Scalias on 2-4-2, Perkin 2-3-8, Costas Bavudas on 150, Teo Mwanda on 1-2-6, and Cedric Emmons on 104. So that's the way the table is looking like at the moment. Plenty of points up for grabs for the drivers. And as we say, it is all to play for. But let's get underway for qualifying. And we will here very shortly. See, let's get to a driver who is actually out on circuit. And and Mr. Scoot, welcome to the stream.
Thank you. Yeah, happy to be here.
Good stuff, and glad to have you with us as well. Looking forward to the race here tonight.
Very much so. This is going to be an interesting one. We haven't really had any races in Assetto Corsa with pit stops, so it'll be very interesting to see how strategy plays a part in this.
Very much so, because you're right, these drivers aren't really used to boxing at any point. Usually they're able to go pillar to post without any stops, so definitely it's going to be an interesting new challenge for the drivers. But that's what we love, that's what it's all about. We got to challenge them for sure. So, on board at the moment with Burgie, who is coming around to start a lap. Looking like he's probably going to be the main guy for pole. Ooh, looks like there's a bit of an issue there down towards the final corner of the circuit. Someone who was preparing their lap, like they had spun. I think someone else got involved as well. So not a great start to their session.
Yeah, looking at Sandy Burgie on his first lap, he's about to come around to the first sector now. And he sets a 35.2. That is very fast. From watching practice, it looks like to get anywhere near the top 30, you need to have at least a 155 full lap time. As Teo Mwanda takes the fastest sector 1 at a 35.1.
Interesting. So it could be a little bit of a challenge then for Mr. Burgie. He'll not have it all his way. Whereabouts is Miku in practice? Were you able to pick up on that during the session?
Yeah, Miku was third overall behind Sandy Burgie. Was number 1 in practice, followed by Teo Mwanda. But overall, historically, Miku's not been always the fastest, but he is the most consistent.
Burgie's round.
Ooh! Yeah, huge incident then. So that lap for Burgie is a valid spot.
That was looking like a good lap too. He was up in the second sector on Teo Mwanda. Probably would have been a pole position.
Yeah, Burgie has a history of battling qualifying, if you remember Laguna Seca. So, yeah, not ideal for the championship leader early on, as Teo Mwanda goes to the top with a 155.743. And oh my god, Jay Larius is causing all sorts of trouble. Because the drivers behind him started way too close to him. So they caught him up into the final corner. And yeah, so Jack Smith and Marcel Miku both got kind of blocked in the final corner.
That is not ideal.
Yeah, Marcel Miku, P2 with a 56.5. He's not going to be happy with that. He is still a second to improve to his best practice time, and knowing these guys, they probably didn't show it all in practice.
Well, the absolute best time that Burgess said is 55.4, but he told me before the race that he's not feeling that good, so perhaps he's not going to be able to replicate what he did offline himself, as Teo Mwanda is continuing to improve after 2 sectors. He's only up by 57,000, but any gain is crucial. Burgess is right behind him. So yeah, I think Teo Mwanda will be the deciding factor in today's championship fight.
Mwanda has a new fastest first sector of a 35.1. This is 5/10 up on Marcel's fastest sector 1.
What a lap that is, a 155.420 for Teo Mwanda. Who is that spinning in the pit lane? I just saw a car spin in the pit lane. That is hilarious.
It's not ideal. We'll see. Further down the order, we have Mick Nugget. Looks like what is his best lap? Let's see. Doesn't actually look like he's hit a lap yet. We'll have to see.
It was Gurinova who spun in the pit lane. Just look at the replay. Not very ideal indeed. But yeah, we have only 3 minutes left. This is a very short qualifying for a 90-minute race.
Yep, McNuggets, that's a 56.7. Not a bad time. We'll have to see where that puts him at the end, but
yeah, he's up to P4 now, but yeah, it's not good. I mean, McNugget has I think he's not won after literally the season opener, and he's finished second since 7 times. So yeah, if qualifying is anything to go by, he is not going to be challenging for the victory tonight. So currently on the lap, Marcel Miku 2.5 tenths down after sector 1. Doesn't seem like he's got the pace to challenge the front.
yep, 2/10 off the pace coming into sector 2. See if he can make it up in the 3rd sector.
Yeah. So basically, Marcel Miku currently trails by 14 points. If Sandy Burgess finishes P2 or P3, Marcel Miku needs to win the race to take the championship. So it's massive
Something I can very
pressure.
much see happening. So this will come down to the wire.
Yeah, but so basically Marcel Miku needs more drivers to be on pace as Perkins goes to P5. Let's see, Marcel Miku, oh, it's P3, and that's his qualifying. No, he's got 1 more lap. That's Perkins qualifying down because he's parked it on the main straight.
Looks
So
like
Marcel
McNugget
Miku has-
might improve slightly on this lap, but it's not going to matter. He's still too far away from Miku to make any impact on the standings.
Okay, so those Teo Mwanda and Sandy Burgess are into the middle sector. Let's check the sector times for Sandy Burgess. Then he's got a bit of traffic in front of him. He's down by a tenth of a second. So this could be close. He's gone slightly wide through turn 10. And now feathering the throttle coming out of turn 11.
He is 3 temps up right now, as it stands. That would put him close, but not close enough. He needs to beat a 155.4 of Teo Mwanda.
Yeah, this chicane is absolutely crucial. Down to first gear, up to second gear, coming out of the chicane and in towards the final corner. Down to third gear, again feathering on the throttle. Teo Mwanda will cross the line right in front of him. And Mwanda doesn't improve, and Burge lost a lot of time in the final sector.
Does look like J4 will, oh, nope, never mind. He'll not improve. Let's see.
It's Masao Miku charging towards the chicane. He's absolutely used all of the curb, but that means he's got oversteer coming out of the corner. He's pushing to the absolute limit. Can Marcel Miku pull the rabbit out of the hat on the final lap? Full throttle to the line, he can't. So as it stands, Sandy Burge is in the pole position to win the championship, but Teo Mwanda could be the X factor.
Jack Smith's on his fastest lap of the qualifying session right now. I think he did cross the line in time, so we will hopefully see an improvement from him.
Yeah. And I think both Teo Mwanda and Sandy Burge got across the line in time, but Mwanda is not even. Sandy Burge is. He's up by 47 thousandths after 2 sectors compared to Teo Mwanda's first 2 sectors. Who is he giving him a toe?
This could be huge. This straight is massive.
I think he is giving him a toe.
Pull out of the way.
Oh, he's gone deep though. Sandy Burge misses the apex of the first part of the chicane, but how much has he gained through the final sector? Burge tries to get the nosing, and now up to 4th, up to 5th, across the line. He's not going to do it.
Wow. I thought that toe was going to be it. He was up the whole lap on Teo Mwanda. What an interesting maneuver from Mwanda.
Jack Smith does take P4. He did make it across the line in time, and he's taken 4th away from McNugget.
What an interesting order we have right now. Teo Mwanda with pole of the 155.4. One of the fastest times we've seen it this entire session.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he's got ridiculously good pace. But
that is going to set us up for a very interesting race, isn't it, guys? But before we do get to the racing action, we've got a short ad break. We will be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you didn't miss us too much. We are about to get underway here once again. And Teo has a great chance of winning this race, but titanic battle between Burgi and Miku, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, this will be hopefully a very electric race. These top three guys are close to each other, but all very good drivers.
The problem for Marcel Miku is if Teo Mawanda wins, he's basically not got a chance to challenge Burgi because the gap between second and third is 12 points. And he currently trails by 14 points in the championship. It's basically win or nothing for Marcel Miku, but he's starting from third. And he will get a good start, so that's his advantage. However, the grid spots are rather far apart on this Nurburgring circuit. As we're ready for the 6 red lights, it will be a 37 lap race. Actually, no. How many laps will we do? We will talk about that later. We'll watch the lights go on first. 6 red lights are all illuminated. We are off at Nurburgring. It's a great start from Marcel Miku. He's trying to pull alongside Burgi, but once again, Teo Mawanda gives the slipstream to his friend Sandy Burgi. Now Burgi will look towards the middle line. Marcel Miku on the outside will try to brake as late as possible and going all the way around the outside of both of the drivers. They're going 3 wide down towards turn 2, and Marcel Miku has taken the lead.
What an amazing start for Miku. This is exactly what he wanted. We'll see if he can run away with this lead, but he now has to deal with Burgi, who's faster than him right behind.
And they both got a bit of a slide coming out of the AstroTurf there, as we have McNugget passing Jack Smith for P4. Yes, he's made a 1 position up for McNugget, and now this is where Marcel Miku needs to be. If he wins this race, he will take the championship, but the race is 90 minutes long. Now we can calculate the laps.
Sharma is side by side with Jay Lirius right now, going into the hairpin.
He is, and he's gone wide. Teja Sharma brake way too late around the outside, and he went into the gravel himself. So up into P8 goes our debutant Jay Lirius, a debutant from Philippines. So he is currently racing at 3:19 a.m. That's his some hard commitment. That's Burgi has taken it, and my man Miku is around. Miku is almost spun, and they get a brilliant exit. What is happening? How has Burgi taken the lead there, and now he's lost it again?
Looked like Miku ran wide coming into the corner there. Let Sandeep get into the inside. Momentarily hold the position, but that set Miku up for a brilliant switchback on the next one.
Well, that could... And why are we getting green flag? Pardon? It's a formation.
I think there was an accidental formation lap on the server settings, but none of these drivers treated it like that, so I think we're good to keep going.
But Mav? Is that the... Okay, is that why Burgi passed Miku and then let him go again then?
No, because Burgi would have started in front, so it wouldn't have given him any kind of warning. If anything, it would have given Miku a warning, but...
Well, that was very confusing.
It does look like McNugget's going to get a run on Mawanda. We'll see if he goes for it here.
Yeah, I think we should check the tires. So all of them are hards. Okay, we don't need to check the tires anymore. So
all right,
all agreed.
Info about the pit stop strategy these guys are going for. As it stands, the maximum fuel load will only last each of these drivers for 40 minutes. This being a 90-minute race means that if they went 1 pit stop, they'd only be able to make it 80 minutes. So minimum, there's going to be 2 pit stops. Let's see though, as McNugget goes side by side, coming into the fastest corner on the whole track. Heading towards the center chicane. McNugget's on the outside. This may benefit him. Nope, looks like Mawanda just sticks his nose in, keeps it in.
Yeah, this chicane is too tight. Yeah, you can't really go around the outside, but he's putting massive pressure on the pole sitter. Teo Mawanda doesn't seem to be as fast in the race as he was last week in Buenos Aires. He was absolutely electric in Argentina, as Marcel Miko actually stretches his lead up to 0.8 of a second as McNugget going right, going left, going to the outside of Teo Mawanda, who breaks later on the inside and defends P3 absolutely brilliantly.
Very nice job of Mawanda to keep it stopped on the apex. If he had overshot that, McNugget would have had the open road to hit a switchback there.
Yeah, this is helping Burgi because he can just focus on keeping the pace with Marcel Miku, because the guy behind him, as in Teo Mawanda, is busy defending McNugget instead of attacking him. However, Marcel Miku is slightly running away. But as you said, since it has to be a two-stop, the field that each of these drivers take at the start of the race might be slightly different. So that could also play a part, because we don't have that data on our hands. So if somebody decides to go, well, less fuel at the start, they will have a lighter car right now. So that could explain some of the pace difference.
To target about 30 minutes total time per pit stop. With 30 minutes, these tires do wear down relatively quickly. Most likely they will swap to hards every single pit stop, but expect to see pit stops around the 60-minute mark and then around the 30-minute mark on the later end. We'll have to see with tire strategy. I imagine if some of these drivers notice that their tires are in good condition coming into their first pit stop, they may try a medium.
Oh, Burgi spun!
Burgi spins it around.
Oh my god! Big championship implications. Where is he now? He's down to P5 because Perkins has also spun at the chicane. So he could have been down to P. Perkins is actually stuck in the grass. But the big shock news is Sandy Burgi making a costly mistake on lap 3.
It's going to be tough for him to come back. The top 4 drivers are all driving around the same pace as of now. That pack is going to begin to split away. Luckily, Burgi didn't drop back into the pack forming just behind him. He will have relatively clear air, so we might be able to see a couple fast slaps from him if he pushes. Otherwise, he might just give up on an attempt to catch back up and just preserve tires for the pit stop strategy.
Got Perkins now recovering after his spin and holding up Teja Sharma, so Daniel Ari moves to the inside of turn 3, having a look at the Indian driver. They're going to go side by side through towards turn 4, and a brilliant move around the outside for Daniel Ari as he takes P10 away from Teja Sharma and chases down Perkins, whose tires must be hot, and Gurinova has spun at turn 4.
One thing I'm really impressed with is McNugget seems to be keeping up with these guys in the lead, despite being almost a full second off in qualifying. It may be possible he's either underfueled or pushing too hard on these tires and is going to wear them out.
Well,
we'll have to see after the first pit stop.
Yeah, the hards are very durable. Of course, we've never done the race this long, so drivers are potentially going into the unknown as well, but the hards are very durable. I think there's a chance he could have underfueled, and there's a chance that Burgi might be on full tank of fuel. That's why he's struggling early on. But I think the race should be 47 laps. Quick maths. Don't quote me on it. So Burgi still has 43 laps remaining to try to go to the front of the pack.
Yeah, but we can see how right you are at the end of the race. But we will have to see.
Yeah, as things finally settle down a bit, Marcel Miku now has a 2-second advantage on Teo Mawanda. And Burgi is little by little just closing in on Jack Smith, but he's not really closing in on Marcel Miku.
Last lap, Burgi did a 57.8, Marcel did a 57.5, so even at this range, Marcel's still pulling away.
Yes, so even if Burgi recovers the second, it's not enough. Because if Marcel Miko wins, he is the champion. And what a story that will be. Because Marcel Miko won 4 races in a row, from Catalonia to Laguna Seca to Buenos Aires, to chase the championship lead down, and even taking the championship lead after race 1 last week at Buenos Aires. This will be one of the best comebacks in Phoenix Sim Sports history.
If Milan is able to pull off a P2, where does that put him at the end?
In the championship standings?
Yeah.
He'll be P8 because he only did he only started racing from Laguna Seca, so he's only done 3 rounds after this one.
Wow.
So yeah, he would, because I think P8, the Costas Bermudez is not in the server tonight. So if Mwanda finishes top 8, he will be P8 in the championship. Fastest lap for Marcel Miko as Sandy Burgess sets up the exit coming out of the final corner. Jack Smith doesn't defend the inside line. He knows Burgess is faster and he doesn't want to get involved in the championship battle. So Jack Smith will just stay on his outside and let Sandy Burgess through. So
Yeah,
one
relatively
position
easy
has
overtake.
been recovered. Yeah.
Doesn't look like either of them lost that much time. Let's just see if he can close this now. 4.5 second gap up to McNugget.
Yeah, and also for Jack Smith, there is championship position at stake here. But for him, he needs a top 3. Actually, he needs a top 4 to take P4 in the championship. But I think he knows he doesn't have the pace of the top 4, so all he can hope for is for one of them to make another huge mistake, as we've got 2 of our debutants going side by side. It's James down the inside of Jay Lerius towards the turn 7 hairpin. They're going to go side by side through turn 7. Who's going to brake later? James takes a line on the inside and moves up into P7.
A little shocked there. It looked like Jalerius had actually more speed going around the outside. I'm shocked he didn't just keep that high line with the banking and just go all the way around. It seems like he thought there was going to be room for a switchback, but J4 just kept it as he goes for a very, very optimistic lunge. I don't imagine anyone thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, we've got James Flanagan from the United States of America and Jay Lerius, aka Java Lazona from Philippines. So they have the time zone difference of about 14-15 hours racing together here down towards the chicane.
It looks like Jay just kind of showing that his intent is going to be to overtake. However, it does look like he just messed up on the exit of the very, very crucial corner coming onto the main straight. Will not have a lunge on this lap, but it'll be interesting to see if he can get one of those dive bombs to work. As he goes for another one. Very, very interesting. Shockingly, even while taking these inside lines, he is slightly closing the gap. I'm fairly certain if he just bided his time and kept close, he would easily be able to get an overtake done, but it seems like his intention is more to hopefully spook J4 and just get him to make a mistake and go off.
I've just gone back and, as McNugget goes into the grab, I've just gone back and watched the replay of lap 1. I think Marcel Miko lagged back behind Bergy and then jumped in front of him again.
Yeah, there's a little bit of rubber banding. I tried to interpolate what happened there. As Jay Lerius goes wide into the gravel, it'll slow him down again. You won't be able to get this overtake on this lap. That was a very, very odd maneuver that happened.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm curious if Bergy wasn't even aware that he wasn't even ahead. He probably just saw Marcel disappear and he didn't really know what happened.
That was very weird. But anyway, they all sort themselves out. for now.
Marcel Miku's on another insane lap, just extending that lead lap over lap.
Yeah, McNugget lost 2 seconds after his wide moment at turn 7 and then turn 10. So now Sandy Burgee is closing in on the Spanish driver as he himself goes a bit deep in towards turn 1, but the gap is closing in between P3 and P4.
Interestingly enough, Teo Wanda is keeping somewhat of a pace with Miku. Slightly slower, but not an absurd amount. We might be... This gap between Mwanda and Miku may stay relatively around the 2 to 4 second mark until the first pit stop, unless one of them makes a mistake. As we do see Burgee begins to close the gap, he's now within 2 seconds of McNugget.
Around goes Jay Larius at turn 4, so he's now lost P8 and lost P9. So up to P8 goes Perkins, up to P9 goes Daniel Airy.
Yeah, it seems like Jay Larius just put the power down too soon, spun himself around coming out of that corner. Now this will mean he will get relatively soon 2 overtakes on Derry and Perkins, both of which are a couple, about a second and a half slower than him per lap. This will be interesting to see his recovery. Alright, Miku crosses the line. 57.7 from Miku, 57.2 from Mwanda, closing the gap to Miku slightly on this one.
So he seems to have that little bit extra pace then, so it's not all won just yet for Marcel, is it?
Definitely is not. This race being 90 minutes, we haven't even scratched a third of it off yet. There's a lot of racing to come. Now, it will be interesting, obviously, with strategy. We did talk about how McNugget was keeping up with these guys, being far faster than he was in qualifying. Now, is that just a spark of pace he's gained going to this race? Or is he doing something different that these drivers aren't doing, which may hurt him coming up to the first pit stop? It'll be very interesting to see. Now, one thing we didn't talk about is the idea of fuel saving. Now, obviously, their full fuel tanks will only last them 80 minutes. That's 10 minutes of time they would have to make up if they
That's
decided
too
to
much.
fuel save. In my opinion, you would have to drive in 6th gear the whole lap, not accelerating, to be able to make that happen.
That's too much.
Yeah, we don't really know how fast these pit stops are going to be. Coming up to the first one, I might just time it just to see how long it takes, so we'll know for the second round.
Yeah.
But we have none of these drivers have, done a pit stop in this series before. I don't imagine, unless they did a previous season. So I think the biggest changes are going to come from that.
Well, they did have to do a pit stop in the 45-minute long races, but that was only one, field dash. Most drivers don't really change tires, but tonight they will need to do one field dash and one actual pit stop as Sandy Burgee. That's the fast lap of the race. He's on great pace.
Yeah, Burgee's making up this gap very quickly to McNugget. I don't imagine McNugget will fight this. We'll have to see, but strategy-wise, McNugget still is... There's a chance of him dropping behind Jack Smith if anything bad happens to him. But we will have to watch that overtake. Very likely, because they will have to do 2 fuel runs, they will just take tires anyways, especially being a full load of fuel. I forget exactly the ways that, of course, pit stops work, but I do believe full fuel tank will take probably more time than just changing a set of tires, and if you're in there anyways, you might as well. So we will have to see. Now, one interesting strategy we haven't talked about is going full fuel, going the full 40 minutes for these first 2 pit stops, which does leave you with that 10 minutes last pit stop, which we may see drivers put on a soft or a medium. A soft could be very, very interesting to make up a couple of quick positions. Now, we won't have safety cars to bunch up the grid, but it is a possible strategy to see, rather than just taking the evenly paced 30-minute pit stops. So we could see drivers going long, and I'm assuming that's the strategy they'll take if they do end up going long.
I think the problem with that, if you do 2 long stints in the first 2 stints and you only need to do a dash of fuel in the final stop, then it's best to not change tires because that will cost more time. As Marcel Miku sets the fastest of the race, as James is right behind.
Side by side.
Yes, Nathaniel in towards the chicane. He's got the inside line, and Nathaniel breaks later around the outside. That's brilliant defending from the Indonesian driver.
That's the move I thought we were going to see the other time coming into this hairpin. Being on the outsides of sometimes can be an advantage, given you brake later, as you can throw that car in. J4 gets loose on the exit.
Yeah,
It's the wall that might be some damage.
He got caught on the AstroTurf. Yeah, that will be some light damage.
That's another position drop for J4. Doesn't look like he'll lose any more, but very, very upsetting for him.
Yeah, down the PA goes James. As yes, stupid ACTV decides to not give me a tower for the final race of the season. Very good. I try quitting the server. It's not solved the issue.
It does look like Burgie is closing up the gap. He's within 1 second of McNugget. Very likely that'll be the next bit of action we get in this race as we come down into the 1 hour 8 minute mark.
The problem is he's now 8 seconds behind Marcel Miku. That's a big gap to try to catch up to.
Yeah, looking at the lap times, let's see. Miku set the fastest lap of the race with a 56.9.
Yeah, he did that last lap.
However, that's only about a tenth and some change faster than Burgie's fastest. It is interesting to see as these fuel loads get eaten up, these drivers will get faster and faster as Miku's at another fastest lap. That will continue to extend the lead. However, Mwanda follows right behind him. Is that a new fastest lap for Mwanda? No, it's not. It's still slightly slower than Marcel Miku's time. But both rapid drivers. This will make it extraordinarily hard for Burgie to get close to these guys. Coming to the later stages of the races, he will need something to happen in the pit stops for him to be able to close this gap. Perkins sets a new personal best. He is going to close that gap up to Nathana. We will have to watch that one as J4 is hopefully trying to make up some positions. However, he was off the pace, 59.5. I'm sorry, a 2:02 from him last lap, compared to Perkins, 158.2. There are some faster drivers further down the order, so if they can keep themselves consistent, we will see some more overtakes as these gaps close up. Right now, it seems the more consistent drivers are winning this race. Marcel Miku has not made a mistake since the start of this race. Same with Mwanda, same with McNugget. Burgie obviously had his big spin. That's dropped him. That's very, very much harmed him in this race. Furthermore, we saw J4 having one incident, and that ended up costing him a position to was that Jack Smith, I think it was, and then he ended up losing it on the exit of the final corner, and now that's dropped him all the way down to P8. So it really seems like with these longer races, if you make mistakes, you lose anywhere between 1 or 3 positions per mistake. These more consistent drivers do seem to be running away with it. However, Burgee closes up the gap by another 2/10 to McNugget. Still out of the draft, he won't get an advantage on this straight. However, by the end of this lap, I'm assuming they'll be within range. Alright, coming down to the 1 hour, 5 minute mark. We may see some pit stops in about 5 minutes time. It's possible we will see some overcuts happen. With these pit stops being relatively long, it's a lot harder to get undercuts done, as it takes time for temperatures and pressures to come up to optimal ranges. With F1, obviously, with tires being pre-warmed, you just throw them on and you're suddenly faster than the guy you were just racing. However, with these tires, they may take far more time to come to their optimal time ranges. This may mean people try mediums to get an undercut done. If they're sticking with the hards, I doubt they'd be able to get an undercut. We'll have to see what these top guys do. I don't imagine Mika will pit before all the people behind him, just so he can keep that gap for now. Seeing as it stands, Mika would probably drop into some traffic if he was to pit soon.
Miku normally puts on full tank of fuel at the start of these long races. So I would imagine he would be one of the last to make his first pit stop, as now Perkins putting Marcel Nathaniel under pressure towards turn 10. The Indonesian driver defends the inside line. Perkins goes for the cutback, and now Taylor Wonder sets the fastest lap of the race, and Perkins was too cautious on the entry of turn 11. He was trying to set the cutback, but he's too far back now, so we have to wait for turn 1, I guess.
We do see our first pit of the race, McNugget going in for an early pit stop. We'll have to see how long this takes him. I'm a little shocked to this maneuver. This will put him behind Jack Smith as he just now comes out of his pit box. Very interesting. Only an hour and 3 into this race.
It looks very short. I think he's not changed tires. He's probably just put on more fuel. So basically he's underfueled for the first stint, making up the positions, and now he's probably on another 30-minute fuel as Perkins dives to the inside of Nathaniel, and Nathaniel defends it around the outside. Brilliant defensive move by the Indonesian driver as the Spaniard now tries to turn under in towards turn 3, but he's got dirty air, so that doesn't work. Nathaniel cuts the curb, gets a bit unsettled, and his lines run through turn 4, so Perkins gets a perfect run, but this straight is too short, so he can't go to the inside into turn 5. He's shown him the nose as Nathaniel continues to put on a brilliant defensive show. He's clearly slower, but he's putting his car in the right positions for now.
Also, we see a dive into this hairpin. This is a big braking zone. He shows it. Ooh, and he barely scrapes the back. I'm shocked both of them stayed on the circuit. That's a very risky dive from Nathaniel.
From Perkins. Perkins absolutely locked up all of the front tires to try to avoid hitting Nathaniel in front, and he succeeded in doing so.
The Marcel Miko sets a new fastest lap, 56.8. What I meant to say was it was interesting that Nathaniel decided just to close the door on Perkins, completely ignoring the dive attempt from him. Now obviously Nathaniel is entitled to that space. It's just a risky maneuver only 30 minutes into this 90-minute race from both of them. That was a very risky dive as well.
Yeah, but there would be a personal best for Nathaniel if he can hang on there, but he's sliding all over the place, and this is a terrible exit coming out of the final corner. This is going to be a slam dunk overtake for Perkins. Oh, is it? He's on the inside. Nathaniel defended it around the outside once before. He's trying to do it again. He's done it again.
Now will Perkins get a move down into here? Doesn't look like it.
Oh, he scared Nathaniel off. Nathaniel saw the red arrow and decided to not close the line, and he's cut the inside curve at turn 4, and Perkins gets the exit again. This time he's around the outside of turn 5. Can he do it? Can he hang there? If he can do it, he's going to have the inside line for turn 6. Nathaniel giving him the squeeze. Perkins down the inside. They make contact, but that's okay. They're still going in the right direction. Perkins will have the inside of turn 7, or will he? He stuck his nose in there, and down through the hairpin goes Perkins. He locks up and hits Nathaniel off the track.
Wow, neither driver wanting to give way. That lockup completely killed Nathaniel as he gets stuck in this gravel, dropping positions. He drops back to, it looks like P9.
Yes, and yeah, that's a bit rude from Perkins, isn't it?
We'll definitely see a penalty for that one after this race. But Sandy Burgess, that's a new fastest lap. 56.7.
Yeah, he's closed the gap to 8.0 seconds now, but it's still a big gap. We only have 1 hour of racing remaining, so about, what, 32 laps, 31 laps, give or take.
Yep, another quick math from HC.
Yeah,
now what I would like, Jack Smith coming into the pits along with Perkins. J4 stays out. McNugget doesn't seem he has to do any sort of traffic overtaking. So that pit stop worked brilliantly for him.
So yeah, Jack Smith and Perkins are doing what you said. They've divided this 90-minute race into 3 30-minute pass, as Jack Smith is going to come out in traffic.
Just comes out ahead. That's going to be terrible for Jack Smith, as he wanted to come out ahead of him, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but I guess he had to pit that lap because he ran out of fuel. So he couldn't have done anything else. It's just unlucky that he's come out right behind another driver.
Now, what I do think was interesting is the thing we talked about with McNugget, that there was something he was doing to offset his pace to the top 3 drivers. We did obviously see him do the earliest pit stop of this whole race, indicating that he did underfuel. Now, was that a smart move? It's working for him right now, as it looks like he will stay in P4. Burgee pitched right now. He should still come out ahead of him. From what I timed, is about 26, 27-ish seconds a pit stop that you lose, and that gap right now is about 27 and a tenth between McNugget and Burgee. So these top 3 guys all can get free pit stops about now if they wanted to.
Speaking of Burgee, the championship contenders are absolutely going for it. Marcel Miku set the fastest lap of a 156.710. Burgee immediately responds with a 156.705. But that's good news for Marcel Miku, because he only lost 5 thousandths of a second as Jack Smith lines up the move on Marcel Nathaniel down towards the chicane. He's braked later and made the move stick. That is crucial because he now has clean air.
Oh, it looks like Marcel Nathaniel sticks his nose back in. He's not willing to just give up this position to him, despite not being in the same race. Jack Smith obviously will not like this move if this sticks on him. He needed that quick and easy overtake to get back into that clean air after his pit stop.
They're going to go side by side down towards turn 1, and Nathaniel has inside line. Yes. I can't see the car. Oh my god,
he comes across. Oh my goodness.
That is rude.
Very
rude. I think Nathaniel is going to fighting mode after getting punked by Perkins a couple of laps ago, and it's gone. What is that?
This isn't NASCAR. We aren't on COTA. Track limits still apply. Jack Smith showed his nose. Wasn't totally there, but he did make Marcel Nathaniel as he goes around the outside.
Another bits of contact. Jack Smith gets pushed onto the asphalt to avoid the grass, but he returns to the track in front, and now we've got Jay Lirius joining the battle.
He's going to dive down.
And he's hit Nathaniel off. Nathaniel is in the same gravel for the 3rd lap running.
Very, very unfortunate, but this does set up Jay Lirius for an overtake on Jack Smith. Now, this race does actually matter, as Jack Smith and Jay Lirius did pit on the same lap. Goes down the inside, but it just doesn't make it stick.
No,
car turned around.
yeah, the Jay Lirius hasn't pitted. It was Perkins that pitted.
It wasn't Jay Lirius? Oh.
Yeah.
So Jay Lirius hasn't pitted yet?
Yeah, no, but he's made the move on Nathaniel. That is a legit overtake, even though he did punt him off the road. So yeah, Jack Smith should have P5.
We'll probably see a penalty for that one. Yeah, going down the order, it looks like 1, 2, 3 people have only pitted so far. That being the Perkins, Smith, and McNugget.
Spin for Jay Lirius. He got caught on the inside curb on the final corner, and he's looped it around. So now Nathaniel sees blood, because Nathaniel just got punted by Jay Lirius, and he wants revenge.
Is that karma? Did we just see karma in action?
Well, the Indonesia is battling the Philippines. The Southeast Asian guys are absolutely going for it, and down towards turn 1. Jay Lirius didn't close the line. Marcel Nathaniel tried the inside. He got...
it doesn't seem to work for him. Clips that curve, it kind of cost him all that speed.
Oh, where is he?
It's very wide.
Can't go that wide.
Probably a warning on that side of the track. The track limit over there is you can't get over all 4 wheels on that green runoff area, so it will seem like you got a warning for that. I'll have to see if that comes back. However, Perkins has now re-entered this battle.
Yeah, I mean,
only 8/10
Perkins...
off. We'll have to see if we can take advantage of these two fighting, maybe a third party and just swoop through and get some overtakes.
Perkins has basically made up a pit stop on the pair of them, because Perkins has already made a pit stop.
That's insane. I guess when you punt one driver off and then go off yourself, that does add up some time.
Yeah, so these 3 have hit each other already twice.
It does look like Perkins' overall time is faster, so Perkins will be able to join this fight at some point. Marcel
down the inside goes to
down the inside.
Ooh, he's gone deep, but he's on the inside line for turn. Oh my god.
That one looked like that was on Jay Lirius for that. Looks like he turned in, forgot Nathaniel was there.
Yeah.
But this does open the door for Perkins. Nathaniel goes defensive on the inside. Perkins will try it around the outside. Brakes later. It looks like he'll get this move done nice and easy. Wow. Now Perkins has completely made up a pit stop on these guys, and is only a 12-second gap to Jack Smith. However, Jack Smith is one of the other drivers who has already pitted, so that is a true 12-second gap, as Derry comes in for his first pit stop of the race.
Yeah,
Nathaniel will also come in.
Nathaniel, and yeah, I mean, the midfield always has contact, don't they?
That was some absurd racing from the pair of them. It does look like McNugget has completely dropped off these top 3. Most likely ran a full fuel load, if not even extra, to make up for the lost time.
Goes Teo Mwanda. He was losing about 0.3 a lap for Marcel Migren. I think Marcel Migren is also pitting, so the front 2 are both in the box, and so is Sandy Burgee. So this is how much a full tank of fuel can go. That's why all of the top 3 are diving into the pits now.
This is going to matter a lot who comes out ahead here. I imagine all of the 3 of these guys won't mess up their pit stops, but you never know. It's easy to overshoot, especially when there's someone in the pit stall right in front of you. Looks like
Marcel Miku is getting past. Teo Mwanda is in the lead.
That must mean Teo Mwanda did not change tires? That can't be right.
Yes,
possible
I think you're
messed
right.
up, but actually that's about a 5-second, right? It was about a 4-second gap coming in. Now Mwanda is about a second. Yeah, so that would mean exactly 5 seconds. And now if a tire change is 5 seconds, that makes perfect sense. This will mean Marcel Meek will have a extreme tire advantage on Teo Mwanda. So we will see if these tires come around relatively soon. But they are coming up to their first bit of lapped traffic.
I mean, you can see how much faster Marcel Miku is on those fresh tires, if he is indeed on them. I mean, It could also be a case that Teo Mwanda short field and Marcel Miko went for another full tank. Because, you know, we can do the dash in the first stop or in the second stop.
Just an update on Jay Lirius as he comes in for his pit stop. He did get on the curb around, what was that, like turn 10-ish? That fast left-hander up the hill. He got on the curb and it spun him around. He hit the grass a little bit. Lost position to Derry. So that's why Derry's now up. Delirious loses another position to Marcel Nathaniel due to his pit. Teo Sharma also comes in. As that gap keeps closing between Miku and Mwanda.
Yeah, the lead battle is brewing. They've got Gurinova as the left car in front. Marcel Miku definitely looks faster than Teo Mwanda, but how much of a fight will Teo Mwanda put up as Gurinova calmly gets out of the way of Mwanda?
The exit.
Yeah, slightly on the exit to Marcel Miku, but that's okay. Miku can't make the dive into turn 1. He's not close enough, but he's got plenty of time to make the move. He's still got 50 minutes remaining, and by our calculation, I think Marcel Miku will have a shorter final stop than Teo Mwanda and Sandy Burgee.
It'll be interesting to see what tires they end up on for this last stint. It may only be 10 to 20 minutes of time, so it's very, very possible we see mediums, as in the regular length races, we see mediums quite often. It'll be quite curious to see.
I think if Marcel is on another full tank of fuel, and he only needs 15-minute final stint, he's not going to change his tires, because he don't want to lose that bit of time.
Jack Smith makes a position on J4 as J4 comes in for his pit stop. Now what we will maybe see is if Miku got fresh tires here and Mwanda didn't, and that ended up costing Miku the position.
I think so.
Will Miku want to just stay on the hards and finish out that stint without changing at all?
Miku has the run. Teo Mwanda defends the inside line towards turn 10. Miku braking on the AstroTurf, very bold. But he's got a good run. He's using all of the track available to him through turn 11, but Teo Mwanda gets the exit absolutely perfectly. And now Marcel Miku firmly in the slipstream, firmly in the draft. He's not close enough. The gap is still 0.3 of a second as they approach the chicane, and another left car in Teja Sharma.
Probably buy this time for this straight here as Mwanda messes up a little slower. Has to go defensive on the final corner of this track. Miku's sticking his nose in.
This is a chance.
Behind, will get the draft. Mwanda going very defensive. Miku's squeezing him on the inside.
And Mwanda tries to squeeze back.
Down the inside, he breaks deep. Miku gets a switchback. Will this be enough for this corner?
No, he's on the outside. Teo Mwanda will try to squeeze him out. Marcel Miku needs to think clear here. He can't make a contact, can't make a mistake. But meanwhile, Sandy Burgee is closing in.
He will get a run on this one, but this is bad for both of them. Both losing time to Sandy Burgee, who I believe did swap his tires.
I don't think so, because otherwise he'll be way further back, no? I don't know, actually. Yes, he will be way further back.
Yeah, his lap times are about 57.7s. Not great pace. We will have to see.
I think Burgee and Mwanda is on the same strategy here because their gap stayed the same. And they both gained on Marcel Miku. I think Marcel Miku... Yeah, either Marcel Miku went for new tires.
I think he had to lost that much time to him. That's not just a missing your pit stall thing. That's a full 5 seconds of stoppage.
Yeah, I think Marcel Miku has gone for full tank of fuel and new tires, while Teo Mwanda, who goes deep into turn 11,
This is a major slowdown for Mwanda as Miku goes side by side through the fastest corner. Coming down, Marcel Miku is slightly ahead. Will he be able to brake later? He does brake late. Can he get it rotated? In through the chicane, side by side. Mwanda is still side by side coming into this corner. Marcel Miku tries to get a good exit here.
He's done it.
Mwanda will have the draft, but it may not be enough. Miku got a 3/10 of an advantage on that one corner, but this draft is closing them. We may see one final lunge from Mwanda. If he can't get this here, I doubt he'll be able to get it anywhere else.
He's trying, going all the way around the outside and going for the cutback of Marcel Miku, being the wily old fox, parked it on the apex. Mwanda shows him a nose into turn 2, and Marcel Miku, brilliant defense through turn 1, through turn 2. He's backing the lead and backing the pole position for the championship.
He needs his good exit here, cannot expose himself any more to Mwanda. However, it didn't look like he got a good exit. Mwanda's closing this gap back up. We may see another move coming into the hairpin.
I think Miku has the grip advantage. The reason he got a pole run out of turn 4 was because he went wide onto the AstroTurf. But you can see how much the draft, the slipstream is, just pulling Tail Mwanda back on towards the rear of Marcel Miku. This is far from over, and Sandy Burgee is only 2 seconds behind them now.
Sandy Burgee is running far faster than both of them.
He's got a run. He's got a brilliant run. To the inside goes Tail Mwanda into turn 10. Marcel Miku tries to close the door. They almost make contact, and Marcel Miku bravely defends it around the outside of turn 10, but he's got
he goes on
he's
the
made
grass,
a mistake.
slowed him down.
He's made a mistake. Tail made a lap ago, and Tail Mwanda is back in the lead.
Does this expose him to Burgee? I don't think it will. It looks like he will get through this corner.
Yet.
But that gap has closed down 5/10 in 2 corners.
They've got a left car. Teja Shaman needs to get out of the way. This is the battle for the top 3. Down towards the final corner. Marcel Miku made the move once already. Needs to do it again. As Teja Shaman now goes to the inside. Yeah, Teja Shaman goes to the inside.
Mwanda a draft too. Let's see if that neutralizes anything Miku could do. He does cover the inside. However, we do know the outside has been advantageous here. Doesn't look like it works for him on this attempt. Mwanda was just a little bit too far ahead. He was able to get through that corner a little faster. As they go into turn 2, Miku runs around the outside. This isn't going to work for him unless he can keep it side by side. Doesn't look like he's going to move down here.
He's gone for the cutback. He's going to get a brilliant run out of turn 4. This is a chance down towards turn 5. He's gone to the inside. Tail Mwanda defended too late. And Marcel Miku pushes the door open. And Marcel Miku takes the lead again.
Brilliant racing from the both of them. I'm shocked neither of them have made contact this entire time. That gap to Burgee, though, has now closed to a second.
Yeah, it has. But does Burgee have the pace, though? He did show flashes of pace. It's Tail Mwanda almost lost the car out of turn 7, so this time he's not got the run. This time Marcel Miku doesn't have to defend into turn 10. Marcel Miku needs the perfect turn up.
He could be able to just run away here. I'm a little shocked that this gap is still staying around 4/10.
You know what the thing is? I think Tail Mwanda and Burgee both underfield. So they didn't change the tires, but they underfuel for a shorter second stint. They will go for a tire change on the second pit stop and a full tank of fuel. That's why they can keep up with Marcel Miku.
Under a second. Now that would make sense if their plan was to not change tires at all. Adding more fuel would drastically increase their pit time, because now their pit time is solely limited by the amount of time it takes to fuel. So if you weren't going to change your tires, it would make sense to not even get as much fuel in to absolutely maximize your time on that pit stop.
So they're basically doing a reverse of Marcel Miku. Miku will have a very short final pit stop. So it's still at advantage Miku. Judging by what we can see here, they've got another lapped car who needs to get out of the way. It's J-Larius who stays out of the track.
For all 3 of them. Burgee off the line that cost him about 2/10. This is very, very interesting to see that fresher tires does seem to offset the now fuel advantage of Tail Mwanda being on lighter fuel. But the tire advantage seems to just be maybe better? It's hard to tell because Miku was leading this race before with very, very fast times.
Yeah, I think part of it is also Miku is faster than Tail Mwanda. in race trim
Now
at least.
Is Burgi faster than Moanda? That's going to be the question here. If Miku can run away with this, it's going to come down to, can Burgi overtake Moanda, or will Burgi stay behind? However, Moanda has closed his gap back up a little bit. He is not running away with this. Miku is staying within the slipstream of Moanda.
Oh, he got deep. He's got deep into. You can see Miku is clearly faster in the corner, but then Moanda gets the run coming out of the corner. So
that's very indicative of a fuel advantage, because the fuel advantage slowly helps you on acceleration. But the fresher tires does seem to be helping Miku. Their lap times are all around the mid 57 range. We haven't really gotten to see some just clear lap times. It'll be interesting to see coming through this one, because none of them have seemed to have made moves on each other. Burgi has now closed the gap up to Moanda, closer than Moanda is to Miku.
Yeah, Moanda missed the apex in the final chicane. I think he's clearly struggling for grip. I mean, we don't know how much fuel they have. The only indicator we'll have is when they will make their final pit stop. Because it could also be that Tail Moanda did put in a bit more fuel than we initially thought he would. But yeah, I think he's struggling for tire grip.
When these guys pit, coming into this final 30-minute time zone.
40 minutes. Yeah.
Well, 40 minutes. But they could pit now if they wanted to. I imagine they'll push it off to around the 30-minute marks if they're.
Bear with us, we do seem to have a slight audio issue with the commentators at the moment. We'll be right back with you as soon as we possibly can.
No?
What?
Interesting.
Will we unmute the last 8 laps?
We are back. Apologies guys, had a bit of an audio issue there, but everything seems okay now.
Yeah, I think Marcel Miku is clearly faster in the final sector. He can take the chicane with more minimum apex speed and also the final corner, which it just needs the edge grip of the new tires. So
yeah, Miku's advantage solely comes from that last sector. It's about 4/10 faster than the other 2 drivers just in that last sector.
Yeah, I think it's definitely new versus old tires that are showing here.
Now, what's interesting is Burgi is faster through this first sector. Both Burgi and Moanda are faster in the second sector, but Marcel's just way faster in that third. That third sector starts at around halfway down the straight, but it's mainly through the chicane and through the final corner. So.
Yes. And a big mistake there for Burgi. He's completely missed the apex of turn 5. But he's not dropped back that much. The problem for Burgi is getting second doesn't secure him the championship. If Marcel Miku wins, he's out.
He either needs to get first himself or help Moanda get up there.
That's easier said than done.
Yeah. Now, what I'm hoping will happen is we might see some team play between Burgi and Moanda. If Burgi is aware that he does need a first position in this race, he won't be inclined to battle with Moanda. It will be whether or not Moanda is interested in getting himself some positions.
Yeah, well, the big problem is if they both have a longer second pit stop compared to Marcel Miku, they will lose time into pit stop. But I think they've gone very long now, so I'm not sure if
I'm
they
not
did
shocked.
short fuel in that pit
It's
stop.
very, very likely they will pit around the 30-minute mark. I'm assuming if they've gone this long already, we won't see anything until the 30 minutes. Are they maybe holding out for a medium set?
Yeah, that
I mean, at
could
this
also
point,
be the play.
If Miku doesn't change tires, um, as he has gone long already, if he doesn't change tires to save those 5 seconds of the pits, that would open up a tire advantage, like quite a large tire advantage if these two went onto mediums.
But I just don't think mediums work.
That is the question. None of these drivers are on mediums, I believe.
Yeah, no. I mean, Sandy Burgess probably
No,
has to throw
Jack
caution to the
Smith
wind
is
now.
on mediums.
Oh,
His mediums are 20. I didn't realize this. If you can actually, so we can see Malanda and Virgie confirmed have changed tires.
that
Miku
is
has
wrong.
not.
The ACTV graphic is not correct.
No, sorry,
I should
they
say that
have
much.
changed tires. That's my fault. They have changed tires. It says
Don't,
that.
don't believe the graphic. It's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah,
The graphic is
it's
telling me
wrong.
Malanda and Virgie are on 8-lap hards.
It's wrong.
That
It
is.
could be right, but
They
it's
did
wrong.
actually pit 8 laps ago.
Well, yes, but when we had the Laguna Seca race in the end, when they went for the
Oh.
dash of fuel, it showed Burgess on new tires, but of course he didn't change tires, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to keep up with Marcel Miko.
I think the graphic is right for them at least. Now, what's interesting to me is it does say Jack Smith is on 27 lap old mediums. That to me either means Jack Smith is the greatest tire conserver of all time, being in P5. Actually, what we can check, so his fastest lap was a 57.9. He is currently running 58.6s, about only 7/10 off his fastest lap. Yeah, that doesn't seem right if he would be on very old mediums, but
No, I think Jack Smith started on hards and changed the mediums on the first pit stop.
that's very, very likely. But we aren't seeing a huge pace advantage in these mediums then.
Yeah, I mean they'll be fast for like 5 laps, and then they'll die off. That's the
Actually,
problem.
he did set his fastest. His 57.9 was on mediums. However, he's now running like 58.8s.
Yeah, it's the wear. That's the problem.
Absolutely. Let's check. The progress so far has been Miku's up 2 positions, Malanda down 1, Virgie down 1. McNugget has passed Jack Smith. Started behind him, got around him somehow, kept up with those top 3. Very, very impressive early performance. However, he's now just completely dropped off the pace. I mean, like we said, he underfueled that first stint, was able to keep up with them because he was running, probably 20 liters less fuel than them.
Yeah. Oh, into the pits goes Teo Mawanda. How many laps did he do? 10 laps, right? So he did short
It was
fuel.
a short stint. Yeah, no, this is the 10th lap coming around now. Very interesting. It's going to be... I'm going to watch the graphic just to see what it says about any sort of tire change. Will this put him behind McNugget?
Yes.
I think the gap is like 20 seconds, so this will put him behind McNugget. This could be brutal if he gets caught up.
But McNugget has to pit soon, because he pitted very early for his first pit stop. So
True. It does seem he's on pretty old hards. Wanda comes out of the pits.
in front
Yeah,
of
now
McNugget.
behind.
Way in front. No,
Nope. Maybe.
that's Teja Sharma. That's Teja Sharma. That's the left car.
Very interesting.
McNugget. Did McNugget pit last lap? I think he did.
Let's check.
Yeah, he did. He did a 2:23.
Yes, he has in his second pit stop. Yes, yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he pitted last lap. So these guys are now going to the end. It looks like they are on. Graphic says Mawanda's on hards. We don't know how
Yes.
accurate that is, but
The compound is correct. The labs is not correct.
oh, okay.
Yes. So
Okay, well,
yes, he
so
is on
he is
hards.
on hards, and that just
And he's
means
probably
Jackson
changed the
is
hards
on
now.
mediums, which
Yes,
is
so
very
he-
interesting.
He's probably gone for hard, medium, and then medium or hard for his final pit stop. So
Will
that's
Perkins
the-
be able to make this gap up to him? I mean, we'll have to see. Perkins has pitted only once, so Perkins still has a pit left. Jack Smith also has a pit left. If his
Yeah.
tires start dropping off, there is maybe some strategy. It is a 20-second gap. That is
yeah,
hard to make up, but
very
I'm just
large.
being optimistic. You know, a couple mistakes could open up some opportunities. Yeah, McNugget seems to have pitted and stayed ahead of Jack Smith. That's pretty important for him. Burgee comes into the pits.
So he also short field. Well, kind of.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, Miku's gonna be able to go
Longer,
go
way
long on
longer,
this.
way longer. He's
I
gonna
imagine,
have a.
Let's see what tires does Burgee end up on. That's gonna be
Surely hards. You can't do mediums for 30 minutes. It has to be hards.
He has to go hards. It looks like he does come out on hards, but yeah, Mwanda.
Has he jumped him? Has he jumped Mwanda? I think he's jumped
He
Mwanda.
goes side by side. He has.
He's
Yeah,
not
this
the
is what we were
overcut.
talking about with the overcuts. The undercut doesn't seem to really work with the tire heating that we have in AC. These tires come out of the pits pretty cold. However, that has now exposed Burgee for a couple laps at least for Mwanda to maybe get an overtake on him.
Well, and also Burgee only had to, he had to put, you know, he can put in one less lap of fuel than Mwanda, so his pit stop time would also be a little bit shorter.
Jack Smith does come into the pits, but that was a 20-second gap to Perkins. It looks like Perkins will follow him in, so there
the
won't
pits.
be any kind of traffic issues there.
No.
Does J4 come out ahead of Jack Smith? Yes, he does. I imagine he will pit fairly soon now. Actually, let's check. J4. No, he's only on 10-lap tires, so he still has probably another 8 laps he can go on these before he's going to need to pit. That might cause issues. Now, I was being very optimistic with saying Perkins could close up, but we'll have to see. There may be contact that could open things up. As Mwanda closes the gap to Burgee, only 2/10 between them as they go into center chicane.
Yeah, the problem is this is not the MX-5 series. If this is MX-5, they can try to bump draft and catch the gap. They can't bump draft in these cars, so even if they
don't say can't. We haven't seen it tried yet, you know? Have they tried it? We don't know until they try it.
Yeah, so even if they want to work together, they can't really. And Mwanda lost a full second this lap compared to Marcel Miku, because he's getting held up by Burgee, who's on cold tires, and Burgee goes deep into turn 1. This is gonna be a mountain to climb for Burgee, and he will
I mean, if there's
rule.
any kind of fighting between these two, this just cuts them out of the first place hopes. Miku will just run away with it. I mean, the gap
I
between
think
them
Miku
was...
will
now
run
it's up
away
to
with
30.
it. Oh,
What's
Burgee's
going
let
on
him
with
go.
Burgee?
He's let him go.
Is this a sign of saying, hey, I need to work with you, let's go catch him?
I mean, I don't understand how this will help him.
I mean, for Burgee's perspective, right, if he doesn't get first here, it doesn't matter what position else he gets, right? Is there any chance of the third place guy overtaking him?
No,
Actually, we can check that
McNugget is
right
way
now.
higher. No, McNugget is a...
No, that's over 100 points away, even if he's not even in the race, but yeah.
But let him Mwanda go. Doesn't... I mean, whatever he does, it doesn't help him catch Marcel Miku.
It could just be a desperate attempt at anything at this point, because Marcel at this moment, he's just running away with it.
Yeah, because this is not F1. If F1 you DRS pass each other, you gain time on the straights. With DRS, you don't do anything with...
This just slows Burgee down, if anything. Yeah, he's lifting on this corner. he is saying to Mwanda, just go and drive. I'm not gonna do anything.
But they're losing
But
time.
they're still losing. That's almost another second on just this lap. Let's see. So Marcel set a 56.9 last lap. Coming across the line, Mwanda will set a 57.9. That's an entire second lost in a lap.
I mean, now Marcel Miku is on lighter fuel, so of course he's gonna go fast, and Burgess sends it to the inside of turn 1. They are now battling.
What an unexpected move from a guy who lifted coming into the chicane.
I don't understand.
I imagine Burgee just had to do something in hopes of any sort of change happening.
The only other explanation I can think of is he went off in that sector, so he needs to let enough time go to not pick up a warning to get a drive-through. But other than that, I don't understand.
No, because he wouldn't have lifted there and then lifted again. I think absolutely he was showing to Mwanda that he was gonna try and work with him, but he just changed. It's interesting.
Because it clearly doesn't work, because Mwanda also doesn't have the pace. Neither of them have the pace of Marcel Miku. And if Marcel Miku wins for the 8th time tonight, he will be our Season 15 champion.
What a comeback overall for Miku to now be leading in the last 25 minutes of this race, leading the championship, leading this race.
We've
probably going to walk over the championship.
Yeah, we had a spin for Gurinova into turn 4, but he wasn't around anybody, so I don't think he affected anybody. Jack Smith is closing in on James, and James hasn't pitted for the 2nd time yet, so this is not a fight for a neck position.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd get some action here. We may see James do a pit right as Jack gets to the rear bumper of him, but other than that, Perkins closing up on Derry. Perkins just pitted, so they're on new tires. Derry has not done their 2nd pit. Still will need to do one.
And Burgee lost 8 tenths last lap to Marcel Miku again.
Wow, what a series of events.
After rounding out the MX5 series title last week at Buenos Aires, Marcel Miku might...
Man, you gotta rub it in. I'm sitting right here.
So somebody's gone off in front of Burgee. That scared me, but it's Nathaniel in the gravel, so that's okay.
Oh. Okay, good to know that. Oh, that has caught up Jay Lirius on Nathaniel. Jay Lirius sends it into the...
Turn 7.
Yes, this will be for position. Both of them have is this? Yeah. No, it's not. Jay Lirius hasn't done his 2nd pit yet.
Oh, okay. Has Teja Sharma pitted then? Because he's also in this fight.
He has not. He has not pitted either. So this means that Marcel Nathaniel just needs to get in front of these guys and
drive.
He is not fighting these guys. He could just let both of them go. But
well,
I imagine if you're P10 in this 90-minute race,
you may as well fight. You may as well fight. Oh,
the wheel. Coming to the chicane, will they be able to survive? Oh, he goes deep. Oh, got back.
Oh,
what is he doing? As they go side by side, neither of them. Well, no, Nathaniel's right back. He might be able to tuck into the draft.
The 3 Asians are putting on a show here. The Indonesian, the Filipino,
just dips in.
And the Indian. Dive to the inside goes Nathaniel. He's done him. Yes.
He gets held up. He can't. Wow.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Tatuus Sharma has not caught up. Tatuus Sharma is in this fight.
Yes.
We'll have to see, because now this is for position between Sharma and was it Jalerius?
Jalerius.
Yeah. Yeah, Nathaniel just needs to run away, but as it seems Derry's messed up. I'm gonna check the replay on that. Yeah, Derry went off and spun around. That let Perkins overtake him.
Oh.
Well, my hopes for Perkins have come true, apparently. Oh, never mind. Derry hadn't pitted yet. Has Perkins? Perkins has pitted. Okay, so yeah, this is coming into the last 20 minutes. I still think something interesting could happen with Marcel Miku's pit. Is it possible he goes onto the mediums purely for a fastest lap attempt?
Nah, I don't think he's the kind of showboating driver. He's a very practical man.
He did set a new fastest Sector 1 last lap.
So he might be pitting soon, because he's on the last bit of fuel, so...
Yeah. I mean, his tires are pretty... I mean, he did change, so they're not running into any tire issues. I've been seeing some tires can go quite a while.
And Jack Smith is not really attacking James as well, because even though Jack Smith has new tires, he's on more fuel than James. So once again, we've got the...
It seems to me that the fuel is more of a... fuel matters more than tires. It's strange.
Yeah. I mean, the hards are very durable, so that helps.
I'm just surprised they haven't seen more medium attempts then, right? If you're coming around and you see that your tires are still right in their operating window, if not like even better, why not risk something? You know, just go and see what can happen.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess for all the people who did see that their tires were doing quite well, they probably just stayed on their tires to avoid a tire change, avoid that 5 seconds.
Yeah.
James did just set a new personal best that last lap. So, wow, that's interesting.
So yeah, fuel matters more, because if you remember at the end of the first stint, both Miku and Virgil were setting fastest laps before they pitted, because they were on low fuel and on old hard tires. As Virgil misses the chicane.
Shouldn't they be on the same? Oh no, I guess. They still have a pit left, right? No, wait. James still has a pit.
Yeah, you said James had the pit.
Will go through. Yeah, okay.
Oh, Jalerius has spawned. Why is he there? Hmm? Why has he spawned there?
We're gonna need a replay on that.
That's very confusing.
Yeah.
Because he spawned before the chicane, like on the straight part still.
Yeah, let's very weird. It looks like he just ran wide and clipped the grass. Looks like he forgot there was runoff.
Oh god. I mean, it also makes sense. It's currently 4:30 a.m. for the Philippine driver. Your concentration goes to absolute zero at this time of the day.
Yeah, we can't blame these guys.
Yeah.
Now what has happened is Table Wanda has actually closed the gap back up to Burgee.
Yeah, Burgee missed the chicane last lap. He missed the apex of the chicane last lap.
Yeah.
But look at the lead Marcel Miku has. When they came out of the pits, it was 30.3. It's now 34.1.
As Marcel Miku goes into the pit himself, this is going to be it. This will show us what the true standings are for this race. Seems he got a good
made
pit
it into the box. Yeah, he's made it into the box. No reverse, no nothing. It's short. It's a dash of fuel. There's no tire change. He's immediately out of the box. And this could be
they aren't even on the last corner yet.
Yeah, this could be champion crowning moments. He just needs to stay on track for 16.5 minutes, and he will win both the Tatuus and the MX5 series this season.
Wow, Burgi didn't even see Marcel coming out of the pit stops. Wow. Yeah, that was exactly about a 20 second, even less. That was 18 seconds.
It was just a dash of fuel. He only needed
That must mean that
9
he
laps of fuel.
overfueled even more, so that he only had to add a little bit. Because even adding fuel, that would take more than, as we've seen with some of the other drivers, it's taken them even more time, even with just dashing the fuel.
Well, I suppose if you just do 9 laps worth of fuel, and that's like what, 25 liters, and you don't change tires, you don't change nothing, it's gonna be a short pit stop.
Very interesting, yeah. I mean, it seems like that was the strategy then. Not to say that Marcel Mika's pace isn't absolutely rapid as well. He did, I mean, he was faster than these guys throughout the race as well. But
yeah,
I
I think
was catching up in the first stint. Burgi was slightly faster through some of the laps.
Yeah, but overall, Miku was more consistent. I think even without the spin, Burgi was slightly getting dropped in the first 3 laps by Marcel Miku.
Yeah, as a guy who races with him, I can definitely confirm he is the Iceman. He does not make mistakes.
Oh, he made a mistake. He's locked up into the chicane.
Commentators
lost a
curse,
second.
man. I didn't think it was real. It's real. What?
Oh my god, there's a car returning! And Gurinova almost hit Miku in the final corner. That could have been disastrous. But luckily they avoided each other.
I'm gonna stop talking about. We're gonna just ignore that Miku exists for the rest of this race. Let him get his victory and let him be happy. You know, if. So, anyways, you know this Burgi guy, he's doing a good job.
He lost 8 tenths there after the lockup at the chicane and the scare at the final corner because Gurinova went off in the final corner. He was on the gravel trying to return to the circuit. And if Miku was there,
timing, man.
2 seconds later, they would have made contact.
Well, this race, I'm not gonna say anything, but you know, I'm gonna stop there. You know what? Let's just return. Is Sharma closing on Marcel Nathaniel? Everyone should be on 2 pit stops. The only drivers not on 2 pit stops are going to be Teo Sharma, Delirious, and Gurinova, which is a shock considering their positions right now.
Well, they've done one last lap. That's why they still haven't run out yet. Because they've been lapped.
They may be able to make this a 1-stop.
That's not possible.
The only interesting thing is that James has not pitted yet.
No, yes, because he hasn't been lapped.
As Sharma passes Marcel Nathaniel. Marcel Nathaniel just ran wide on the hairpin, got some dirt, and Teo Sharma just went straight through. Where this drops James is going to be very, very interesting. We could see, hopefully, a last lap battle between James and Perkins. Who knows? We'll have to see. Jack Smith very, very solidly will take P5. So as the standings stand right now, I mean,
he will fall short. Just
yeah.
By 10 points, right? Or
who? Jack Smith.
Yeah, because he's trailing Jabalski by 46 points.
Yeah,
and
he's
the
in
5th place
P5.
is 40 points.
Yeah.
40. So you were fall short by 6 points. That's really unlucky.
That's so unfortunate for him. I mean, not to commentators curse anything, but I doubt that anything could happen with McNugget at this point. McNugget will probably just keep his 30-second lead to Jack Smith. So.
I mean, Burgi is still trying. he's closed the gap. I think Marcel Miku is not taking that many risks now. He now knows he has a 10-second lead, so he can kind of just cruise. Because there are, 6 laps
these
remaining?
Cars. Oh, as James comes to the pit, this will be important to see. If he changes tires, it's very likely he comes out behind Perkins. If we saw Miku only had an 18-second pit stop. If you add a 5 seconds on for changing tires, that would put you at 23 seconds. The gap to them right now is 23.4 seconds. We will see if Perkins can make this up.
Perkins has
James is
passed
still in the
it.
pits. Perkins is almost completely overpassed him in the pit.
James definitely
Sandy
changed
Burgee
tires.
goes off the track.
Oh my god.
Sandy Burgee messes up. What happened there?
He's down to 3rd.
What happened?
Well, that's it then. That's absolutely it.
Yep, Sandy Burgee's hopes of a championship in this series have slowly begun to wither away. It looks like he just got... Whoa! That's so unusual.
His wheel disconnected, no?
No, it just looks like he got on the... I mean,
no.
It might be
No. It's a technical issue.
It is? Okay. Because he got on the curb on the exit of that corner and then just lost it.
No, he was still turning right. He was still on 80%. He was stuck at 80% throttle. I think the game lagged, or whatever lagged.
Yeah, let's just review that one more time.
Because if you open the pedals app, you can see he was just.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the steering wheel as well.
I don't want to mention
turning right. Weird, yeah, his wheel just stays turning right even after he begins. Yep.
Well,
looks like some sort of lag, something happened. That's not on him, it seems.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I don't
really
want to mention the accident, but it kind of is what happened to Felipe Massa in the 2009 Hungarian qualifying, where he got struck by the spring of Rubens Barrichello. He was basically just going full straight, because that's basically what happened there. But of course, online you just have a game glitch or a wheel glitch. But well, I don't know if I should say luckily or unluckily for him, it happened when he already didn't have a chance at winning the championship. Imagine if he was in the lead.
Very, very unfortunate for Burgee, but it's not going to change much. Yeah, he will still finish second in the standings, but yeah, very interesting.
Teo Mwanga has decided to find pace. He's done a 156 again.
Is that my eyes just doing, or is Teo Sharma like shot up? No, that's my thing bugging. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, every time you go into replays, the positions just went all over the place. So now I mean, on my screen, Burgee is 2 minutes 12 seconds behind Miku. That's obviously not correct.
Yeah, there he is. Seems to be sorting itself back out. Okay. Yep. Other possible overtakes we may see done. It's possible Jay Lirius makes a mistake, opens it up to Jack Smith. Isn't that Jay Lirius lapped behind? I think he might be. Let me double check this though. Yes, he is. He's a lap behind. Okay. Yeah. No major gaps are closing up at this time. We'll have to see. I think just Mika's gonna be able to run away with this, and that's gonna be it. Overall, man, what an amazing race for that the first 2 pit stops. Just insane battles between the top 3 drivers in this 90-minute race.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, to have almost like an hour straight of hard battling. Very, very interesting to watch. However, I do think this race is fairly decided by now.
Well, the only thing that can stop Marcel Miku is his internet box down, because that has happened about 7 times this season. Not
We
in this
did
series.
see
It's
the
only in
first-
MX5 and TCR, I think.
Well, remember
Right.
the first lap?
Yes.
We did see a bit of a lag. We did not see
Yes.
a disconnect, but also, if
His-
my tree is telling me correctly, it seems like James is on soft tires.
He is. I don't
yes,
know why,
he is.
but he is.
He has now set a 57.8. That puts him a second behind Marcel Miku on the hards.
Well, I mean, can he catch up to Perkins? Because they are only separate by what, 5 seconds? 4 seconds?
Yeah, that's gonna be something to watch. Now his soft tires are only 2 laps old.
Yeah, he did change the tires at the
Perkins
pit stop.
is quite a bit slower. There's a 57.4 from James, a 58.1. That's a 7/10 advantage he has on him now. 7/10 in we're only gonna see like 3 more laps. I don't think that's gonna be enough. Now if Perkins makes a mistake, that could change the situation.
Trouble from Wanda. Bergie is right behind him.
Interesting.
So we may have a battle for second. Absolutely irrelevant to the championship. But
Yeah, it's still be interesting.
they may fight each other. As finally, after a third rejoin, I have a timing tower. Brilliant.
Very nice. My timing card is still all over the place. It says Taya Sharma's leading this race, followed by the Williams. But
James is closing in. The gap is down to 2 seconds. He might have a chance at 6, you know. This very bold soft tire strategy for a dash of like 6 laps in the end.
yeah, James does see Perkins in his sights. This will come down to the end of this race.
Oh, into the wall goes Derry. Where is he?
Ooh.
He's gonna come out in
Is
front
he
of
at risk?
McNugget. No, he's not.
Ooh. A little bit sketchy.
Yeah, the rejoin was dangerous.
Yep, McNugget's not going to be super pleased about that with only 3 minutes left of this 90-minute race.
Bergie closing in. Turn 10. He gets
Ooh.
caught on the curb slightly, which means he'll have a worse run in turn 11 because he has a turning on a narrower trajectory as James is a second faster than Perkins last lap. The gap is down under 2 seconds. We could see a battle for second, then a battle for 6th at the end of a 90-minute race.
It does seem Mwanda's tires are 1 lap older. Now, 1 lap isn't very much, and also, as we've already talked about, tires don't seem to be affecting that much.
And yes, I think, yeah, because Mwanda pitted a lap earlier than Bergie, so... But 1 lap on the hard is basically nothing.
Yeah, you're not going to be... And that might be, what, like 1,000th of a second a lap? So, not going to
Yeah.
be very, very impactful into this race. However, we have seen Bergie has had more race pace than Mwanda across this whole race. Hopefully, coming into the penultimate lap, we may see something interesting.
Yes, we should have 2 laps remaining. As James is closing in on Perkins, down to 1.3 seconds is the gap. He's not gonna gain a lot in the second sector because most of it is just straights. But he will gain in the first and the third sector when there is corners, when his softs are better. Then Perkins' tires through turn 11. He's actually lost a bit of time. So they've got a lapped car in front. That's Jay Lerius, which might impact this battle if they can get to him in the last 2 laps. Oh, James misses the chicane. The softs are not holding on. He's lost time. 1.7 now is the gap.
Are getting around to the end of their lifespan.
Yeah.
From my tests, these really only last, I mean, competitively around 6 laps before you start feeling the wear. James is currently on 5, so he's feeling it. Hopefully this doesn't hurt him too much. Now there will be a lapped car coming up ahead of them.
Well, Bergie has passed Mawanda into the final corner, but that doesn't matter. They're entering the final lap, lap 46 or 46, so 1 shorter than I thought it would be. But Marcel Mico all separates him. But why are they battling again? Theo Mawanda has repassed Bergie. What are they doing?
Bergie pulled off to the side and then braked hard. It wasn't really a defensive move, just kind of let Mawanda go.
Well,
it
doesn't
give
matter.
Mawanda the position just because Bergie knows that it's not going to help him.
Well, Mawanda will tie his season best 2nd place then, if that's the case. But Marcel Mico is in towards turn 7. He's 7 corners away from taking back-to-back Tatuus Series champion in Phoenix Sim Sport. What a season it has been. His worst result is actually the opening race at Mugello. He only got a 7th after getting into contact and spinning a record-breaking 4 times for Marcel Mico in the race. But since then, he's been consistent. His early season form wasn't that good, but he took a double victory in Catalonia, the race win in the long Laguna Seca race, and a race 1 victory in Buenos Aires. 4 wins in a row has promoted Marcel Mico into this championship winning position. We must not forget, Bergie did completely miss round 3 in Japan. So Marcel Mico, very consistent, but he also got that slight bit of luck as he comes out of the final corner, and he can celebrate now. Marcel Mico is your season 15 champion in the Tatuus series.
Yeah, it seems Bergie just gave up and slammed himself into a wall. Gonna be very, very upset about this race. But he just didn't have the pace, it seemed, in the race. Tamo Wando comes across the line. You said this is a personal best for him?
Yes, it's a 56.7. I think Bergie gave him a toe on the straight going into the final lap. That's why he slammed the brakes.
Right? P2 right? is highest ever?
Yes, he tied his personal best. He only joined the series in Laguna Seca in round 8, and he's just been absolutely incredible since then.
Bergie's return to pits, did he cross the line?
He did. He crossed the line immediately.
Okay. Yeah, no, I see that now. Yeah, okay.
And that will be 12 podiums in 13 races for Sandy Bergie. But the 2 races that he missed in Japan proved to be crucial in the end. We all thought it didn't matter because there's such a huge championship lead. But the 4 victories in a row from Marcel Mico meant this improbable, impossible comeback eventually became true. Unthinkable stuff from the Czech driver.
Man, what a race. Such an exciting opening. It does seem Perkins will stay ahead. James's soft tire last lap strategy did not seem to have worked.
He tried.
He tried. We talked about it. I was hoping someone would go for it. I'm very glad we saw some kind of soft tire performance, but I mean the real winner of this race was fuel management, which Marcel Mico did beautifully. We saw McNugget for very briefly was able to hold up with the top dogs, but obviously that was due to huge fuel mismatch.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
but
he
overall,
putting,
very great race.
I think he put in like 12 laps of fuel, while the rest of them did 19 laps in the first stint. So yeah.
All right, to go down the order, Marcel Miku is your race winner, followed by Teo Mwanda, P2, personal best finish for him, tied for his personal best, followed by a very sad Sandy Burgee, who will take P2 in the championship standings. Very upset he wasn't able to clinch a first, but McNugget with a P4. Very impressive performance from McNugget. I was a very interesting pit strategy as well. That was a fun one to follow. Jack Smith takes his P5, just a very consistent race from him, followed by Perkins and then James. Derry P8, Marcel Nathaniel P9, Teja Sharma P10, Jalerius P11, and Garnova P12. And that wraps up your standings for this race.
Well,
Uh,
there's one obvious answer. I mean, congratulations, Marcel Miku. How do you feel now?
I'm absolutely elated with that result. I mean,
yeah,
90
congrats
minutes.
on your championship win. That's you've clinched the championship.
Yeah, thank you. It was quite a tough one, 90 minutes, but managed to hold out with the test and managed to secure it by kind of forcing them to fold. That's what it really was in reality with the 90 minute. It was really
Yeah,
just a test of. It was really just a test of, patience and wit, and unfortunately for Mwanda and Burgee, they ended up folding early, basically giving me the victory. Though I must say, I must give credit to Mwanda for the strategy.
Yeah, walk us through your pit strategy. We saw a very late initial pit, followed by a change to the hard tires for fresh set, which did let the other two pass you momentarily. Walk us through your thought process coming into the race.
Well, when I was coming to the pit, I basically went as much as my tank had fuel. So by lap 19, I had to pit because I didn't have enough fuel to go for one more lap. And as I was coming in, I decided to swap in for a new set of hearts and full fuel. And as I'm coming out, I see Mwanda jumping in front of me. And at first, I was surprised the fact that he jumped me all of a sudden. And I kind of like thinking, did he underfuel? Did he not swap tires? And eventually, as I ended up closing him, I think it was around through 6 and 7, I noticed I was gaining quite a lot. So I knew immediately that he didn't swap tires for Wanda. But I do have to give him credit for trying. I clearly saw the strategy soon after.
Yeah, it
With
seems like your strategy didn't really change throughout the whole race, but was this basically your plan A?
Yeah, that was basically my plan going forward. First stop for tires and fuel, and second one was just fuel.
HC, you got anything?
Yes. So early on in the race, when Burgee was right behind you, he spun coming out of the chicane at the end of lap 3. What were you thinking then?
At first, I was thinking that even though he may have spun out, I knew the battle wasn't over because, I knew if I made a mistake, then I would end up just like him, potentially throwing away the chance to get the title. So my thought process was just basically keep going the way I'm going right now and try to see how the pit stop's gonna pan out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you also had
that's
an
fair enough.
amazing first start of the race double overtake. That was an extraordinarily impressive move to just instantly clinch the start. Did you know historically you have great starts? Did you were you expecting that great of a start?
Well, normally I would be probably getting a better launch. I'd say mine was kind of mediocre. But I already saw Mwanda or whoever was in P1. He went defensive. So I was like, screw it, I might as well try a late break down the outside. And somehow it worked. I mean, to be honest, the amount of outside moves I've pulled off in this series overall, like, I completely lost count of how many I managed to pull.
Well, once again, congratulations on your championship victory. You've truly earned yourself the Iceman nickname. You're the only driver. Actually, sorry. There was one time where I was talking about how clean of a race you were having, and of course, commentator's curse. There was one mistake I think you made right as I was talking about it, so I apologize for that. But just across the whole race, you made almost no major incidents. Whereas we watched Sandy Burgee and Tim Wanda have a couple slip ups, which very much cost them the race. So just overall, great performance from you.
Yeah, once, like, the few mistakes, that was just me probably being a bit too aggressive, trying to, accelerate the pace, trying to up the stakes. And when I saw them having a battle, I immediately guessed that it's probably over for them. They've probably given up and they just want to fight it out.
All right, that's all from me. HC, you got anything else?
Yes, you lost to Shinzo in the Tatuus series in season 13. You beat McNugget or even Melendez in season 14. You've pipped Sandy Burgee this season in season 15, although he did miss the Japan round. Do you think you can go back to back to back in season 16?
It's ambitious, but the potential is definitely there to go for the triple. Of course, with new challengers coming in, it will be, of course, like I said, it will be quite ambitious, especially if new challengers come on the line. But overall, with this momentum, I mean, theoretically, it's possible that I could go for the triple.
Well, that's all I want to hear. And once again, congratulations for the championship victory in season 15, and best of luck in season 16 because you wrapped up Tatuus and MX5 series already this season. So, yeah, I mean, a double champion in one season is no mean feat here at Phoenix Sim Sport. But yes, we now move on to La Zona, if you are there.
Yes, I'm here and I'm dying right now. It's 5
Yes.
a.m.
Yes, it's also 5 a.m. for me, so I can understand your your stamina and yeah.
No, it's
So
fine. It's fine. At least I took a nap earlier.
you had a ridiculous fight between yourself and Nathaniel and Perkins and Teja Sharma at one point. Was it
Oh
fun to
yeah.
do the 90-minute race?
Yeah, since I won't be able to join the MX5 race this Saturday at 1 a.m. since I gotta focus on my prelims exams. But and the battle between me and those racers when I was like P7, because of what happened on the turn one of the first lap. I think two people spun out because of two other people bumping each other, and let's just say I can't really corner well with with a mouse and keyboard, since I have a disadvantage of using a keyboard as the accelerator. So once I enter a
Ah,
corner, I have to really spam my W key just to maintain my speed on corners. And I've had a quite kind of a bad battle between me and the Indonesian guy, Nathaniel. There's a lot of times there where me and him were like battling up each other, where but mostly I made the mistakes there because I keep cutting in front of him and bumping him sometimes, that he started bumping to me as well. So yeah, there's like two times where I spun out in front of him since I caught on his line. So that was kind of my fault.
well,
But
it's okay. I mean, you're racing at 4 a.m. with a mouse and keyboard. I mean,
yeah, it's fine.
it's tough.
It's very tough, yeah, but at least I got managed to finish. So I have time to take a nap since my exam later is like 6:30 p.m. So yeah.
So yeah, definitely you need to get a good rest after driving on mouse and keyboard for almost 2 hours.
Oh yeah, cause like my middle finger's like frozen now. I can't really move it really well. But yeah, since this season 15 of Tatus has been finished, I'll be waiting for the season 16 because I think this is like very fun for me to race on. But unlike the MX5 where I joined in for the first time in the round 7 of Barcelona, yeah, that's the first time where I joined one of your events here, and I really fumbled on the second race there when I was like P1 for like 3 laps, and not until 8 of drivers just overtook me. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you need the experience and you need time to gradually get faster.
Yeah,
So,
but eventually I'll be getting my new sim now soon
mm.
enough, so I won't be dealing with this frozen fingers with me playing on keyboard.
Oh
It's like
yeah,
because like this, I've been battling between me and Marcel Nathaniel for our cornering speed. I am winning on some of the like I'm winning on sector 5 until to sector 10, not until we get to the chicane. That's where it gets really faster, like before the chicane there. And oh my gosh, the only way I can only battle him out is like this is only advantage on the keyboard, which is the late braking system. Since this status has ABS, I can really overtake people who are just late braking on like in a very fast before cornering. So yeah, that's only my advantage.
yeah, I can imagine the twisty chicane turning on the keyboard is going to be a big
Yeah,
struggle.
I'm
yeah, and I'm
sure
using
it
at least I'm
is.
using a mouse to steer.
That
True.
is very tricky indeed. But we're going to have to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations again to Marcel for winning here, season 15 of the Tatuus Challenge. It is back to back. Who can stop Marcel Miku? Can anyone? Is he going to make it 3 out of 3? There's only one way to tell now. There's to join us for next season, so please do check us out. We are going to be on a 2 week break. But we will be right back to bring you as much racing action as we possibly can. We've still got racing action this week. We've got MX5 and TCR tomorrow. Please do join us for that. It is going to be an epic battle. The MX5's the championship has already wrapped up, but there's still plenty of positions available to fight for. TCR
Yeah,
is going to be
I need to get my
electric.
P2, so go watch me.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Scoot trying to claim that position, and everyone, come on, we got to cheer Mr. Scoot on. He's done a great job here tonight, don't we? So please do join us for that. Then we have ACC on Saturday as well as LMU, both long events as well. Championships are on the line. Everything comes down to this. This is the final week. Join, watch, see all of the racing, and then we can hopefully tie up a wonderful bow on this season. Arguably one of the best and most successful seasons here at Phoenix Sim Sport. And Season 16 is just going to be even better, guys, isn't it? So please watch out for all of that. Whew, what an event, guys. Any final thoughts?
The only way to stop Nico is bump him. No, joke. I'm just joking.
There you go. You heard it here. You heard it here. There is only one way.
You're joking with that.
Only one way to stop him. But we will leave it there for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. We will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.